The tech landscape is always shifting. Get too comfortable and you might get left behind. I've been saying for a while that the days of coding something from absolute zero are kind of gone. Within a company, you're going to be inheriting a legacy code base. And if you're trying to build a product, if you're not using something like Shopify, Unity, or a SaaS starter kit, at best you're going to be moving slower than your competition, and most likely you're going to get out-competed or create something inferior just because of a lack of overall resources and time. Now, if you're not technically advanced, don't worry, this video is still going to be interesting for you because we're going to talk about building with AI in this video. And in fact, when I started looking into it, it is shockingly easy to even build something without any code and then to enhance it if you do know coding. Now let's back up a little bit with something that seems completely irrelevant, which is at the beginning of this year, I wasn't feeling so great. Living alone in London, yeah, it was a little bit depressing. So probably the best decision I made all year was to get very into fitness and lifting. I went from looking like a skinny, underweight nerd to, in my opinion, a lot more healthy and not so bad. But at this point, now that I'm past the newbie gains, I'm starting to kind of hit a wall with my progress. And at this point, I have to pay more attention to specifically what I'm eating, how many calories, and tracking my lifts to progress over time and not just stay at the same place. The solutions people use for this are manual tracking on like a sheet of paper, fitness apps, a personal trainer, which all have their problems. And I haven't been able to find a fitness app that I actually like. It's just too much configuration, typing things into little boxes, and I never keep up with it. Now, when it comes to tracking calories, for me, I have a hard time gaining weight. That has also been a nightmare. I can eat 2 Chipotles every day, and in that case, I know how many calories I get, but I can't do that forever. What I'd like to do is eat a variety of food to still enjoy my life, but be able to track those calories as well. Now, when I started looking into what you can do with AI, I found a few different platforms, and one of these solid ones that I actually decided to partner with is Coze. In less than an hour, I created a completely text-based or natural language app that tracks literally everything from when I run, how I'm progressing in my lifts, and I can take a picture of my food and know exactly how many calories I'm consuming on a daily basis. Then I can just ask questions in whatever language I want and get a summary of my progress. To get nerdy for just a second, normally to build an app like this, you have to structure your database and know in advance exactly how you want to write and read all your specific data. In other words, you have to write business logic or code for every specific thing you'd want to do. And your app will only work in this very specific structured way. And when you think of fitness apps, the interface is how you have to like type things in specific places. You get a summary, but maybe it's not the summary that you want. Yeah, it's both a bit cumbersome to build and to use. And then anything having to do with calories or meals, you have to know what is in that meal specifically, how much carbs, protein, and fat. And doing that 3 times a day, like no one wants to do that. So basically, you take this entire business logic layer, which you have to go through to write and to read, and you replace it all just with this AI cloud that works like magic. After we do a lift, in between sets, now we can just take our phone, text in Telegram, hey, I just curled 12 kgs for 10 reps for 3 sets, right in Telegram, and it will save that to the database. Then next week when I'm doing the same thing, I can say, hey, what did I lift last week for curls? And it'll give me that back right away, no clicking around, nothing. So now that we have the context of how the app is going to work, let me just show you how I build it. This is going to be really quick and easy. And then you can even go on to use my app, build your own version, or create a similar app when you see just how much Coze and similar platforms can do. So let's get into it. Okay, here we are in Coze. We're going to be able to build the core features quite fast, and then we'll build also a few nice to have features like daily workout reminders, maybe a YouTube workflow that allows us to get ideas for new exercises on top of just the core tracking where we can ask questions and get answers. For example, what did we curl last time? How much weight? How many sets? So we can make steady progress. And then of course, the image recognition from our meals, calorie tracking, very important. So let's build the most important stuff first, and then we'll go on to the nice to haves. And then if you have any additional ideas, you could build a similar version of your own bot. So I'm here in coze.com. I'm just going to hit create bot, and we will name it fitness new. Then I'll just confirm. Then we're going to be taken to this 3-column interface, which is the only thing we need. Once again, no code. And the first thing we're going to start with is just confirming that the model, which is basically the filter everything's going to pass through before any of our custom flows get triggered, as defined by our prompt here on the left. We're going to make sure our model is GPT 4.0. Now, the reason I'm choosing 4.0 and not 4 is because it has the image recognition capabilities built in. it should be able to automatically take a look at our picture and then detect the calories, macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fat. Yeah, so we'll just select that, and then the first thing we want to do here is write a basic prompt on the left. So let's just define things that are high level, starting with our core features. Now, first we want to set the context for what kind of person, or well, in our case, it's going to be a personal trainer. So we can just write something like, okay, now we have this middle column, which you don't get with the normal GPT models. And this is a way to save state with memory, like variables, which are just high level application wide values. And then our database is going to be like our fitness logs, which can be queried through natural language when we, like, let's say, save a workout and then ask a question. It can give us a response without us writing custom queries. We also have workflows. There is a library of workflows within Coze, which is quite cool. It's like pre-built, custom, multi-step interactions. And what I mean by that is, for example, we can ask for a YouTube video for shoulders, and we can even have the video be summarized by our AI. So we can just get some written text on how to best do lateral raises, for example. And on top of that, we can kind of create a knowledge base. So if you wanted to upload a PDF of your workout routine that you already got from a personal trainer, you can have that stored, and then the app will be able to query or read and kind of extract parts out of it. So you can ask it, okay, what did I have for shoulder day? And it'll just give you an answer. So you can chat with your PDF. And then we have some nice to have things here on the bottom. We can stylize our bot. We can add some like quick action buttons at the bottom. And we can also make the user interface a little bit better with a structured opening question rather than a text-based conversation. But let's come back to that. Revisit our prompt here on the left. We've defined basically our first message. So we can actually test it at any given time and just say hello over here. Okay, that's great. We still need to define the basically what we want our bot to do when we reply. So we could say, when they reply, store these 3 values into variables: age, weight, and gender. So we can just click the plus button here on the variables in the middle column. We can say age, and then if we want to be more specific or have it work like more reliably out of the gate, we can give it an additional description here. But I think it should just work if we do it here. If we only write the name, so we'll save that, and then let's actually test it. So everything will automatically update as we update the prompt, and we can say I'm 31, male, 80 kg. Okay, now we can actually check our variables. So we click here, and we do not have a value yet. Okay, let's continue and kind of start over here on the right side. And it'll ask us the same question. So I'm male, 31, 80 kg. Now we can see something actually happened here. We used memory, and we can actually check the values and see that things already basically got stored, which is exactly what we wanted. So we can continue here and just go on to move on to the next feature, which is the database. So you do need to do a little bit of data modeling here, and we can create a custom table called workout log. Now here we want to be a little bit more specific, I think. When the user records a lift or running session, for example, bench press 100 kg, 3 sets, record this along with time, stamp. Okay, exercise name, sets, reps, weight. And here we do have to define the data types. So let's do number. Let's keep the weight as a string. And let's actually change this to a weight lift log, because a run might have different fields. Okay, sets rep weight, we can't forget timestamp. And let's make this time, and then let's require everything here. Okay, now let's save. You can also right now, just since I try to do runs as often as I can, do a running log. When a user specifies they've done a run, record the stats, including run time, distance, and timestamp. So let's do distance. Keep it as a string. Time, also string, because it could be like minutes, hours, etc., and then timestamp. So we're saved and everything should be updated. So let's test it now. First, let's answer this question on our fitness goals. So I'd like to lift and run more. And we should also create a variable for the goal that we can save. So we can also do that here. And then change our prompt. Though we don't really have a concrete way to use the goal yet, so I'll just leave it as is. Okay, now it's asking if we want to log a workout or run. So we can just say, I just did bench press 100 kg, 3 sets, 8 reps. We can see we use the database, and we can actually now check our memory, check weight lift log, and see everything got entered. That's great. So the way it's kind of gonna work is we're just on our phone while we're between sets in the gym, and we can just send a message to Telegram. That's that simple. We don't have to type things in boxes, click around a UI. We just literally send a short message like this, and our set will be logged. Then the next time, whether it's 4 days later or a week later, that we're doing chest exercises again, we can say, can you tell me what my last bench press stats were? And the model is smart enough to be able to go in the database, read it, and then kind of give us a formatted, response. The only thing I'd change with this is the timestamp. So I can define that in the prompt. When the user asks about the previous workout, return this data and format the timestamp into days ago. Okay, so that'll just give us a more useful timestamp. Now we can also test doing a running log. So I can say I just did a run, a 5K, in, I don't know, what's a good 5K time? 1 hour seems long, but let's see if it works. So yeah, now we can just confirm our memory up here, database, running log, 5 kilometers in 1 hour. Okay, so we're making pretty quick progress, going a little bit slower because we're talking. But let's do the image recognition for the meal, because it's the next most important, I would say, feature. A user can also upload an image of a meal. We want to calculate the total calories as well as macronutrients, and save this into the meal log table. I'm also going to update this original prompt to 5 values, and we want to do a calories goal. So I will just change this, and then we can compare the calories goal to the calories eaten today. So we can extend this to say, Every time a meal is added, calculate the calories remaining for the day. For example, you need 1,000 more calories to meet your goal. Okay. So let's do fitness goal, calories goal. Save that. This is going to go into the first prompt, but I will try to manually add it now and see if it saves my calories goal. Yeah, so it was smart enough to detect that, and we can actually see, just confirm in variables, 3,000. Okay. Now, let's, moment of truth, test the image recognition. So I'll just get a Chipotle burrito from Google, and we'll take an image. Something that looks like a real picture. Maybe this one. I don't know. That looks a bit fake, but we can try. Or, let's see, we need something high res. Yeah, this one is fine. All right. Let's do this. Just screenshot it. And then bring it into our bot. So we'll just drag this right in. And it's going to take a little bit longer to run GPT-4o. So it used our database. Oh, and it told us we're missing the meals table. So we forgot to add that. That's great. So even if we're not doing things correctly, it will coach us. So let's do a timestamp. Let's do meals, log, time, save each meal that gets uploaded with calories and macros, carbs, fat, protein. Calories. We can make these all numbers. Now we can even say, I've added the meals table. Please save this meal. And there we go. Not too bad. All right, nice. So 2,300 calories. We got to eat a few more burritos today. And for me, at least, it's hard to eat enough. So I should get back to Chipotle ASAP. But any case, let's keep it going. So we have our core features implemented. Let's add a workflow for YouTube workouts. So we actually already have this one saved, but we can go to recommended or search for, well, what we're going to need is YouTube video summary, but there's tons of stuff. We can have like translators, image generation, yeah, movie recommendations, go to Amazon. So we can ask for fitness products, supplements, and get an Amazon link. So there's quite a lot you can do here. I personally think that having transcribed videos is going to be the most useful. However, we can see the input here is a YouTube video URL. So we might actually need to customize that a bit to get the functionality we want. Like first finding the video can be a first workflow, and then we can say transcribe video number 3. So let's just type in YouTube, and I'm doing this on the fly. So search the YouTube video, return title, link, and URL. So let's add this as a workflow. We just have to click a single button. Let's also add the video summary, so we can have kind of a 2-step thing here. Users should be able to ask for workout or exercise recommendations. Use the, and here we actually, it's a little trick here, we can get the exact name of the workflow. We can just copy it and then paste it in there just so we're sure it's using the right one. And to recommend 3 videos matching the description. Prompt a user to choose a video. When they choose, use the copy name, let's say give the URL to the YouTube Summary 2 workflow and summarize the key points in the video. And again, you can also just return the whole video, but you know, you want to keep things moving. Maybe you don't have your headphones, so I think this flow works. Another thing you can do is combine these two into one longer workflow. Maybe that is actually better, but customizing it, as I can actually maybe show you here, you know, going into this one is maybe not something you want to mess with, but if you're more technical and you like these sort of conditions and, you know, linking things together, these sort of diagrams are fun for you, then you can definitely play with this and even build your own workflows from scratch. Okay, so let's now say, can you recommend some shoulder exercises? Or let's actually say, can you recommend a video, some videos on how to do lateral raises correctly? Okay, this one has an interesting title, mistakes we want to avoid. Or we can ask Sam Sulik, or we can get a short tutorial. Now, the bot is smart enough to now prompt us to choose which one that we want to choose. So let's just go with the first one. So I just click that option. It's going to have to first read the transcript and then summarize it. So this could take a moment. All right, and this is exactly, honestly, what we needed. A lot of people don't know you need to lean forward slightly, because otherwise your shoulder can get a little bit damaged. And the diagonal angle, yeah, aligns your shoulders with the scapular plane, which also is more ergonomic. But we can really read through these quickly and prevent the additional unneeded stress on our shoulders. So just this is going to help improve our workouts. All right, now our app is looking really solid. So we can just do a few things to improve the UX, and we can actually replace this this first message where we have to say hello, then it replies with an opening message, so you don't have to actually type anything. And we can actually just define that here, like so. So we can say, let's get started with your training. What is your age, weight, and gender? Add this as an open question. What is your daily calorie goal? And what is your overall fitness goal? Okay. I also want to mention shortcuts. Now that we've added this, you can basically add static buttons at the bottom. So if you wanted to just, instead of waiting for people to prompt or just know to send their workout or their exercise when they complete it, you can just have a button at the bottom. Let's make it just did an exercise, because we have a character limit here. Just did a lift. Okay, lifted. And then the message content can just be, and then it will just ask. So it is one extra step, but can just be a slightly better UI. So we can just confirm that, and then we'll see that button is fixed to the bottom. So we can also say, just ate a meal. I just had a meal. I will upload an image. Once again, we don't need it, but could be nice. And then we can do okay, background image. Let's get some fitness wallpaper just to make things look cool. Maybe some inspiration. Arnold. I don't know how this is gonna look, but we can try. I think that's funny. Maybe doesn't look the best, but we can always change it later. It's good enough. So I think we just need to do two more things. Number one, we can have AI improve our prompt. So this can actually just make things a little more clear. Maybe there was things we didn't think of, like offering medical advice. We probably don't want to do that. So let's optimize. and it will write something out for us and also improve the structure, because now we can see everything is a little bit more clear if we're going to go change it later. And it's not going to turn into a toxic trainer. So we didn't think of that. But we can just update that and it will auto save. And now we have something pretty solid. So only thing left to do is publish. And it'll also generate a description for us in case people want to install it and confirm. And I would like to do Telegram. We can also just do the bot store, but I'll configure Telegram, and we have to set that up with Telegram. So there's just the steps here. Actually, it's quite fast. Let's just do bot father and start new bot fitness tracker. Fitness tracker AJ. Oh, must end in bot. Yeah, fitness tracker bot AJ. I'm struggling with this. There we go. Done. Here's the token. So we just copy, jump back over to Coze, configure Telegram. Here's our token, save, and we just check, publish, and we're done. So we can copy our bot link or hit chat now. Okay, now we've deployed our bot on Coze, and we've also enabled with BotFather on Telegram, the bot with the API key. Now all we have to do, and any user at this point can do this because the Telegram bot is public, is to search for the bot within Telegram. So I'll just show you how to do that. You basically search by that @name fitness tracker AJ bot in my case, and then you open that up. Now there is one more last important step which has to do with billing. So you can either pass on the billing costs to your users, you can give them a free trial of sponsored messages, which you would cover for them to get started, and then on top of that they would have to pay, or you can turn this off entirely, which means you're going to cover all message costs. And this can actually be good because you can then have a paywall where they have to sign up first, let's say pay you a given amount every month, which will include a certain number of messages. So this is a way to make money on top of what Coze would charge and have sort of a markup where you can then make money with this bot. For our purposes though, I'm just going to turn it off entirely, and that allows us to send as many messages as we want to the bot. And then I will remember to publish to both the bot store and Telegram for a second time. So I'm just going to publish. Now we can go to chat now on Telegram. This is just a shorter way of the search feature that I just showed. And we can either open it in the Telegram app or in web, or of course we can also do this on our phone. Now, once that opens up, we can just hit start, and then we go through our normal flow that we configured. So let's first click age, weight, and gender. And I'm going to jump back over to Coze because we have a little bug, and that's why we test things out. So rather than sending these messages to this bot, let's just have a single opening questions, which is I'm ready to get started. Publish again really quick, just takes a few seconds. And now let's jump back over and restart our conversation here. Okay, so now let's just fill out the fields. Okay, at this point, we can now ask a specific question, or we can log a workout, or we can open the shortcuts here. But let's just say we're at the gym already, and we can just say I just did bench press, 80 kg, 3 sets, 8 reps. Now we can, of course, ask questions. And we get a formatted reply. So next time we go to bench press, we can either do the same or increase the weight. And then we can log the runs, do everything as before, upload our meal images, and everything will work the same as in Coze. Except now we have access to this on our phone, as well as when we're at the gym, and we can also ask for those videos and basically everything we configured within Coze. All right, well, I hope this tutorial was enjoyable. I think it's so cool what you can start to do with AI, how creative you can get, and I really think this is going to be the future of a lot of apps where it's just so fast to build, as you can see, where you don't have to write any custom queries at all. And I think text-based interfaces through apps you already have, aka building on existing platforms, is the way forward, as I've been saying for years, because people don't really install that many new apps as before. And I'm really excited to see if you guys can build some similar app or anything like that. So if you do, leave a comment and other people can check it out. Or if you want to shoot me a message, for example, on Instagram at AaronJack, I will definitely check out your bot and give it feedback. In any case, hope you enjoyed the video. Check out Coze if you want to start building AI agents, bots, and similar. And I will see you in the next video.